Hello everyone, it's Max Power and thank you for visiting my channel. Today I will be doing a video on the Marshall refrigerator. This is the 4.4 cubic in size refrigerator, and when I was looking to purchase this, or prior to purchasing this, I did like most people do nowadays, and you went on YouTube and tried to find as much information about it. It is kind of a costly item when I was looking for it, and so I'm like, well, let me see what it offers, and all that. So I really didn't find a lot of information on this of the product itself. There were, whatever I found was either sponsored by Marshall, which had, like people promoting it or artists promoting it, but it really wasn't giving me much about the appliance itself. There were other videos too by other YouTubers in which they did an opening of it, which was fine. It gave me an idea what it looked like, but you kind of get that from the website what it looked like. But they opened it and they said they were going to go back and revisit it, but I never saw any revisits to it about the interior or anything like that. So I kind of felt that I blindly went ahead and purchased this. I just thought it was the coolest thing I've seen, and I thought it'd be cool to have this in my room, so I went ahead and bought it. And so now that I've had it for a couple months, initially I was going to do a video review early on as I got it, but I didn't have any experience with it as it being an appliance, whether it was a good refrigerator or not. So you take away the novelty of the Marshall look, and it's a refrigerator. So is it worth the price? Everything else, just wanted to get a little bit more information before I went ahead and did this video. So now I have had it, I think I've got something to share with everyone as far as if you're looking to purchase something like this. So my particular model is the model MF as in Frank 110XMC. There is another model that's the MF 220 XMC. I think the difference, just by looking at the book that they provided, is the interior, the door panel part of it. And I'll show you what the difference is on there, but that's really kind of the difference in models, and I think the models vary from the countries where it's sold. They do have the smaller model, which is the 3.2 cubic, and that's something also to consider. There is a difference, obviously the size, but there's also an additional difference that I'll share a little later between that model. I don't have that model, but I've seen it at the store, so I can kind of give you an idea what the difference is between those two. All right, so let me go ahead and show you, aside from what you see, the facade of the amp look, let me show you the interior, which is something that was really lacking in a lot of the videos. It really didn't show me the inside of this refrigerator. So here we go. All right, so I have just soda. I don't have anything else really in there, just some Pepsi. I did have some Coca-Cola in there, but ran out, so I just filled it up with some Pepsi that I have in there. And the advantage of this one with the 3.2 is that you get that freezer section right there. So let me go ahead and open that. Okay, so it's a little space there. If you want to keep something a little cooler, it does come with a little ice tray on there. It comes with it, not a big one, just a small one. One thing that I was looking for when I was researching this is, for the life of me, I could not figure out if this item had an interior light. And so every picture that I saw online had this refrigerator cracked open with like what appears to be a blue light coming through, and some pictures didn't have that. And then again, there wasn't really any YouTube videos out there that illustrated whether it did or it didn't. So just to let you know, the 4.4 of either of the either model numbers does not have an interior lighting. So that is a really kind of a disappointment on that, that it doesn't have interior lighting. But if you, depending on where you keep yours in your room, you may or may not need it. So, but it's still at the price point. I think when I was looking for these, they're almost $500, $479 or something like that. You would expect an interior lighting, just because you would, I would think. So the 4.4, I repeat, does not have an interior light. The 3.2, on the other hand, does have an interior lighting. And I believe the 3.2 interior lighting is actually right over here. It's in that section. So really strange. I think that the 3.2, you don't get the freezer section, but you get the light. And then the 4.4, you don't get the light, but you get the freezer section. So considering the 4.4 is a little more expensive and you're going big, why not put the light? But it's something that you can fix. What you see right here, I put one of those lights that you just pop on there. I think I bought it at Walmart. I just popped it in there. So if I do need lighting, I just go in there and I touch it and I have light. So easy fix, but still something that maybe that should have been put on the more pricier refrigerator. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you in a little closer here so we can start kind of looking. Obviously, when you buy something like this, you're buying it for the novelty of it. So let's go interior first. So really gives you an idea of what's inside, what's going on. Oops. Okay, so this is the ice tray that you get. And as you can see, it does have the ice. So I put water in here. I guess one thing that I want to say is that this section right here, it's not the greatest. I'll tell you what, because I put water in, and this ice tray is real small. I put water in here, and it took almost an entire week for it to get the hardness of the ice on here. So I put it in there, and then I'd say I checked it in 4 days, and there's some of the sections were frozen, but then there was a couple that were still watery. So I'm like, okay, I wonder if it's going to be like that. And after I think the end of the week, I started to see that it started to actually stay frozen. So it has stayed frozen. So that's just something to think about, for this section. It's not. I guess once it has the ice, once you have something in there, it might, stay frozen. But it's not the best freezer section. If you're looking for it, like they have a dedicated freezer, and I think even the instructions kind of mention that. The control right here indicates that you have to put it up to 4.5 in order for the freezer section to keep things frozen. I've done that. Even at that temperature, again, it took a week to get that fully frozen, but it has stayed frozen. So, just kind of to let you know if you're looking for it. Another cool part of the interior is that this is actually actual glass with the Marshall fridge insignia. And here's the light that I put in here. So it's one that you can just touch and it lights up. So again, I haven't had a problem, as far as interior lighting. If I come in here into a dark room, I'll open it up and I'll press on the button, and then I'll be able to see inside. But depending where this is going to be, if you do decide to purchase this, you're likely not going to need something like this. outside light will provide enough light for you to see what you're looking for, unless you have things way in the back. Then I probably do advise that you get something like this if you get this model. Again, if you get the 3.2 model, the light, I believe, comes here or is in here somewhere, and it's a blue LED light. So capacity wise, it's pretty good. I have I think 2 boxes of those 36 cans that come in, and it fits in there pretty nicely, so I don't have a problem as far as space. These are movable just like any refrigerator. You can take that off and, you know, make like a shelf, make it the size that you need if you're going to use a different type of drink. Then we come to the side here, the panel, the door panel. Pretty standard. Again, the other model, based on the book that it comes with, the difference is really that you don't get this section right here. So this is different on the 220 model. And at first I didn't really know how to dispense the cans on these ones, because I've seen some that have like a little lip and it just kind of, it's easy, but on something like this, you actually have to reach underneath, let's see, like this, scoop out the can and then take it out that way. So I eventually figured that out. So again, you bring your hand in here, scoop in, take it out, and then there you go. Okay, right here, this section gives you some space for a 2-liter bottle. Okay, so really that's it as far as the space and what it offers. You know, that's what you're gonna get when you get something, when you get this refrigerator. That little freezer section is supposed to be the bonus, but honestly, it's not that great. So I really can't. It would have been nice if they just got rid of it altogether. It makes really doesn't make sense unless you know, you get that additional space. And I guess, you know, if you happen to have don't have a refrigerator in your house and you want something like this, well, there you go. But it takes about a week. All right, so now the novelty part. All right, after all, you're not going to be buying something like this unless you want the novelty part of the refrigerator. So here it is. The facade really is what you're paying for additional. I think when you compare this refrigerator and what it does and what it is, you're definitely going to get a better deal for your money if you just buy a regular compact refrigerator. I mean, that's what it comes down to. But if you want the novelty, you know, if you have maybe a studio, or you're a musician, or maybe you just want something that looks like an amplifier, this is really cool. I guess the biggest draw, other than, you know, what that it looks like a Marshall amplifier, you know, this is all really nicely done. I mean, I compare it to a Marshall amp that I do have, and it's pretty legit. I mean, everything feels like a true amplifier. Now, I know that some of the reviewers out there that were kind of talking about this, they are a little bummed that all of this doesn't work. It doesn't have anything going on, and for the price, it's been said that they should have. I agree to a certain degree. I mean, it's kind of like having LEDs on some of your collectibles. They're cool at first, but you really, I mean, me personally, I don't really turn them on a lot. So, but I do agree, it would have been at least cool to have had this turn on, be lit, or have the option of it to turn off and turn on, and it light up like an amplifier. But it does not. So all this has no, it's just for looks. So you can switch. I'll show you. You can't switch it. And you can turn the knobs. And the funny thing is that you can turn them up to 11. Okay, there you go. And then you have the jacks here, right here, that are, you really can't put anything in there. I mean, there's a hole, but as soon as you try to put it, maybe a cable or anything like that, it hits this part right here. So it's a shallow, so not much in here. Again, everything just turns. And really, kind of the quality of the material that they use. As I said before, they really did use or almost the same quality that you would find like in the speaker mesh of the Marshall. And you know, the piping is really good, that real Marshall piping on here. The exterior part, you know, it's similar to the Marshall material, but not quite, but it's still looks real nice. All right, so I'm gonna step back a little bit. So, all right, so when I open the refrigerator, it opened this way. You can change it, and there's the book that comes to shows you how to change the side and what you want it to open, so you can make it open this way. So that's cool that they did that. I think that's pretty much it as far as size. Let's see, I wrote down some numbers here. Height wise, you're looking at about 31.5 inches in height. From the width, you're looking at about 20. And then from depth, you're looking about 22. So it's a pretty good size, and being the 4.4 size too. So again, that's if you're looking into buying this and you have a small space, something to consider whether you want the 4.4 or 3.2. As I mentioned, I think earlier on when I was looking to purchase this, the prices were really high on this, and they still are. Believe it or not, you can buy this at Best Buy. You just do a search for Marshall refrigerator. Guitar Center, of course, would have this, and they still have the old prices for whatever reason. I think for the Best Buy, just kind of going to their website here. Let's see. Yeah, Best Buy has the 4.4 at $430 with the 3.2 at $349. The Guitar Center has a little bit cheaper, like let's see, what was it? No, they don't have it cheaper. It's the same price, $429, so $430, $349. But if you go to the actual Marshall refrigerator website, which is marshallrefrigerator.com, you will find that they're much affordable there. The 4.4 will set you back at $370, $384, and the 3.2 will cost you $299.07. So if you're looking to purchase this, you probably can go to Guitar Center. I know you probably do that definitely at Best Buy. Just show them the website and they'll give you the price match for what Marshall actually has it. And it's not even a sale. That's actually the prices that they're giving on their website. So, you know, that's something to consider if you are planning to buy this. All right, let's see. And then, let's see if I can show you a little bit. So I'm going to take this off here. And this is the book that it comes with. So as I mentioned, here's the difference between the different models. So this is my model right here because it's got the soda dispenser on the side. And then over here is the other model, same size, just this one you don't get the soda dispenser on the side here. I think you get the grooves up here for the soda or the cans. And then over here it gives you instructions how to change the door so it opens the opposite direction. Looking at the Marshall website here, kind of gives you a little bit of a difference. And here's where it tells you about the interior lighting, which is something I could not find at all when I was looking for it, other than people showing it, but it didn't really say. And even on the website, Best Buy website, it wasn't. It said that 4.4 had lighting, but it does not. So here's the difference comparing the two. There's the dimensions. My dimensions were a little bit different. I actually measured them, so I don't know, they weren't maybe right on, but that's kind of the numbers that are from the manufacturer. So there again with the 3.2 interior lighting, yes. 4.4, no. Okay. Alright guys, that's about all I have in regards to this refrigerator. Sorry it went a little long, but again, what I wanted to make sure that if anyone was looking to buy this, that they'd have as much information. You are paying close to $400 if you get this model, even at the reduced price. So, you know, if it's something that you want to buy because it says Marshall, the novelty of it, you are going to pay that price. But if you want just to have a small refrigerator that's probably going to have an interior lighting and be an overall better value, you're better off just buying, you know, your standard compact refrigerator rather than buying this. But it does have the cool factor, I'll tell you that, definitely. So I'm happy with my purchase. I didn't pay the $430 price on this. I actually got a really good deal on this one, so I actually got it even cheaper than the reduced price now. So one more step into the interior. For those of you who want to really look at this, I'll put on the light. Here's the control panel. The freezer section. There's no light in the freezer either. And then the side. Alright guys, well thank you for joining me. If you have any questions or like to just comment on this product, let me know and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Turn off the light. I have left it on a couple times and drained the battery. That's kind of the negative part, not having the interior lighting that should have been on this thing. So, alright, take care guys. See ya.